You say a word.
Hi guys,
Out
welcome
of
back to my
control.
channel. And so I have a friend over here.
You
As
say
you can see.
the
Her name's Dora. Say hi. Say hi with your words.
Hi guys.
So yeah, as I told you guys,
Okay. Go on.
oh, you forgot to
Yeah.
tell them to subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I told him.
Yeah. So anyway, this is my friend.
But you
Dora.
should subscribe to mine.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Anyway, so today we're doing a video on life as a PK, or for those of you guys who don't know what a PK is, pastor's kid. So both of us are pastor's kids, but she's
Not unfortunately. Fortunately. Oh my gosh, no.
I was gonna say unfortunately. Anyway, she's been in this game longer than I have, so
19
I was
years.
like, yo,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, that's deep. I recently became a PK because my mom got married to a pastor just last year. Yeah, the other year, 2016.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, you know what, let's do this, because evidently there's some things that I don't know that you know, because you've been doing this thing for 19 years. So yeah, I just have a couple of questions down here. I'm going to be looking and asking her the questions. And as we said in the beginning of the video, I don't know if you heard, but yeah, subscribe to her channel. And I've told, this is the second time I'm telling you, so if you haven't done it yet, you must ask yourself, like, why aren't you subscribing to her channel? So yeah, we also did another video together on her channel, so I'll probably leave it in the description box
It'll
down
probably
below.
be this one though. I feel like this one is more fun than the university one.
No,
Yeah.
we'll put it both of them. I'll link it in the description box down below so you can watch that one as well. So yeah, anyway, let's get straight into the video. First question is, tell us what it was like growing up as a PK, like childhood in the church, and just basically church every Sunday, or even more than that. Just what was it like?
I don't really remember.
Wow.
I don't remember. Okay. I think it was okay. It was okay. I wasn't so okay. Life growing up as a PK. It was different. It was different from everybody else's life. Like, you come to church and it's not like you're coming to church like you focusing on God. Like, you have to greet everybody, like almost everybody, because if you don't, like, people think like you're rude, and they'll be like, yeah, and you just have to do everything, like, because like everybody's looking at you. Like, people are stalkers, guys. Guys, people are stalkers, and private life, like,
Forget about that.
but I think it was okay. I think so. It was alright.
Okay. My second question is kind of like a spin-off from the first. Was there like ever a time in your life where you regretted being a PK, or where you like imagined another type of life, or wanted to live someone else's life?
Okay. My dad did accounting, and he used to work at this building, this place, and he was paid nicely. And I think when I was in primary, there was this time where I wasn't doing so well, and we had to repeat a class. So I told my dad, I'm like, Dad, I am not going back. I am not going back to that school of yours. Like, I was so annoyed. I'm like, why can't I go to like the nice schools, like the nice schools? Like, why am I at this primary? Like, I was like, Dad, this is so not fair. Like, all my friends go to like nice schools, and you take me to this Christian schools, which like don't help my life. Like, the teachers don't even help me, and I was so mad. And like that day, I was so ready. I was like, I'm not going to school. If you take me to that school, I won't do anything. Like, I won't, like, when the teacher is teaching, I won't be listening and whatnot. I think that was one time where I remember, like, I was like, I wish my dad wasn't a pastor. Like, I wish he had a better job, like, which would pay for, like,
Expensive
nice
things
schools.
and rich things.
Yes. So yeah, I think that's the only experience that I can remember.
Oh. Okay, third question is, can you give us some pros and cons of being a PK? So like 3 good things about being a PK, and like 3 bad things, if there are any, of being a PK.
Good things. I feel good things is like being known by many people. Like, when it's your birthday, you get a lot of presents, guys. Okay? You get a lot of presents because, like, I don't know, like, because I don't know, I think because I'm a people's person, like I like making friends, so you make quite a lot of friends when you're a pastor's kid. Like you have a lot of followers on Instagram and on Facebook just because you're and I'm hoping like my channel, like this video, like gets like the most views because of me.
Oh, wow.
Okay, let me be humble.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
What else? What other nice things? Being a PK. I feel like maybe experiencing like traveling, because like if there's a crusade somewhere, like you can easily tag along because your dad is preaching there, and like if your dad is going out of the country, you can easily tag along because I think in ministry you travel a lot, guys. Like be in ministry, you travel a lot, and if you want to be a traveler, like join ministry and like what else? The third one, right? No. The third one is what's the third one? I don't think there's a third one. I'll think of it while I'm saying the cons. The negative things. I feel like privacy, as we said earlier on, like everybody, like okay, like you're just going out in town with your friends, and if someone sees you, and they'll text my mom and be like, "Oh, I saw Dora in town." I'll be like, and then, but I think after you have a relationship with your parents and you're very free and open with your parents, like if I tell my dad I'm going out with friends, there'll be boys, and someone sees me in town with like boys or with a guy, like my dad will be like, okay, fine, I trust my girl. So I'm like, yay. And yeah, that's mostly it.
Cool. No other negative?
No, not really. Okay, yes. guys, I don't understand. Boys just come to you and think that like you are available. And I feel like they use you.
Oh, wow.
And just because your dad is a pastor, they think like you have all the money in the world and it would just be cool having the preacher's daughter and what. So guys come and they go. And you're not sure which one the genuine ones are. So my prayer usually is just that when the right man comes, like God will lead me to him, because I wouldn't know. I would know, but you understand.
You need the Holy Spirit. Wow. Okay, well, I have a con I'm gonna add. Like, okay, I don't know if it's a con, but just be prepared to spend long hours at church as a PK.
Oh, I don't mind though.
Okay, sometimes I do mind because it's like a Sunday after church and you're tired, and like your parents are still talking to 5 million people, counseling or something, and you're just chilling maybe in the car and you're waiting like, when are we gonna go home? And you can't go home because then they have someone to drop off, or they still have someone to talk to. It's just like, that's one of the things where it's not necessarily too bad, but sometimes it's just like, man, I just want to go home.
The only way forward is if there's Wi-Fi at church.
Yeah. That's the nice part.
If there's Wi-Fi at church, then you stay there and you're fine. You're downloading everything and stuff like that. And I don't mind staying until like 10 o'clock, guys. I'm usually at church. Like right now we're at church. Yeah. I'm usually at church. Like if I need to do something, if I don't have bundle at home, I come to church. Yeah, so church, okay, definitely Wi-Fi is like amazing, because there have been times where literally it's like maybe 8 p.m. or something and we're still at church, and I'm just like using all the Wi-Fi in the world, so that's exciting. But sometimes it literally gets to a point, I've had days where I'm just like, I'm even tired of the Wi-Fi, I don't even know what to do with the Wi-Fi. Let's go home and sleep, okay? This is not a home.
Exactly. Church becomes like your second home, technically. So okay, cool. Fourth question. Do you think that being a pastor's kid has like directly affected your relationship with God? Like, do you think if you hadn't been a pastor's kid, you would be a stronger Christian or a weaker Christian? Or how has it affected your relationship with God?
I feel like, okay, so at first, like, I wasn't into this whole God thing. Like, I'm like, God, hi, I know you, but you can stay like here. But I think as time goes on, like, I feel like people are saved by grace. Even if you're a pastor's kid, like most of the pastor's kids are not saved. And that's because everybody has the time to be saved. And it's a decision one has to make. Even though your parents are pastors, it doesn't mean that you'll be saved, like, instantly. Like, it's just, for me, I think I only got saved in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah, 2015. Like, the whole time, like, if like there's a sermon which has touched my heart, I would walk up, like, guys, I've been to altar calls, like, I think more than 20.
Oh, wow.
Every time I feel like, I'm slacking, okay, let's go. Receive Jesus, I receive you. But otherwise, you're like, okay. And it was only, like, in 2015 when I decided, like, I'm going to give myself to God, like, fully now. I'm like, let's be serious about God. And yeah, I think that's the decision I made, not because I was a preacher's kid, but because I needed to make that decision, and I was convicted to make that decision. Being a pastor's kid, I feel like it has helped me to be closer to God, because my parents are so deep into the faith, and I learned from them, and yeah, that's mostly it.
Nice. Yeah, just to add on, I think you always have, like, good examples, like good example in marriage, good example just in ministry. You have, like, people you can directly look at and be like, okay, this is what it looks like to be married, and, you know, pastors and stuff like that. So I think that's definitely cool. My last question is, what advice would you give to someone who's a PK but maybe not enjoying their life, someone who's like, this whole God thing is just too much for me, maybe they're not saved, and they're just kind of like, this, it's just too much pressure. You know, you talked about how there's, like, a lot of pressure being a pastor's kid, and everyone has their eyes on you. Someone who's basically just struggling to find God, and just hates their life as a PK, what would you say to someone like that?
I would say
Sorry, I caught her off guard with this question. This is a question we didn't practice.
Okay, I would say that.
Take her time.
Take your time. I would say that it's a great thing to have a relationship with God, and let's remove the PK situation. I feel like having a relationship with God is an amazing thing, and God is real, man. Like, God is real. Like, heaven and hell, that's real. And I feel like if you feel like there's something missing in your life, don't think like alcohol or like drugs or sex or like any of these worldly things will satisfy. Like, only God can fill that space. Literally, only God can fill that space. Like, before I was saved, I felt like having like the cool friends and like chilling with, like, going like for turn-ups and whatnot was like the cool thing, and that was what I needed in my life. But then after I received Jesus as my Lord and personal Savior, I felt like there was a great change, and I felt like that gap, that void was filled, like fully it was filled. And even when I don't, like, my relationship with God is drifting away, I can actually feel that my relationship with God is drifting away. And it's just a decision you have to make to be close to God and have a personal relationship with God, despite your parents, despite what your parents are. Yeah.
Wow.
That's all.
Awesome. I really loved this video, man. Like, I learned a couple of things myself. Yeah. As I said, she's been in this thing longer than I have, and
not too long.
17 years more than me, man. Not even 17, probably 18 even.
All my life.
And a half. Yeah.
I dived out.
Like, all her life. Yeah. She doesn't know any other life. Whereas for me, I know the non-PK life, and then I know, like, you know, the PK life. So it's definitely different experiences. But yeah, anyway, you guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I loved filming it. Don't forget to like and share this video.
Guys.
Yes,
and subscribe to her. Like,
yeah,
even to me,
channel,
guys.
you guys.
Theodora. Oh, you didn't mention my name.
Oh, her channel name, I did in the other video.
Okay.
Not this video. But anyway,
cool.
Theodora Kawalala. Subscribe to her channel.
The way she mentioned my name, though, so ghetto.
Okay, mention it.
Theodora Kawalala.
Okay.
Yes.
Theodora Kawalala. Anyway, yeah, subscribe to her channel, subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with a friend, share.